The biz, you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the biz, you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. For the bike and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy heavy. I'm the bitch and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he leave know he missed the know I got him running to it. I'ma need the full of milk before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, you know. And I got it, on my own.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses. They'll
operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Faking the give. Now Watson. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 26 yards. And the Browns are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Oh, my goodness. I thought he'd peel off. Instead, he makes the fair catch at the 2-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11, Palmer.
from his own end zone. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Burrow. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Charles already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now it's Burrow. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Watson. Got a man here. It's Bryant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 27 yards there, a 1st down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack, and I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Burrow on play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play.
Here we go.
And forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
11.
Burrow looking to pass. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked by Riley Harrison. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw is a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They run it again with Chubb. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Here's Watson. Hard throw, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Evans has it left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
From the 41, Burrow. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The touch and timing critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
An option handoff here to Mixon.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here we go.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Burrow will throw.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 19. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. And a catch right side by Evans. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Bengals are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's first and goal.
11. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal.
Here's Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon
from 3 yards out.
And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now Chubb running right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing on third down, Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
This is taken at the 18. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Bengals take over first and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now Burrow on first down. Again, that's Hurst. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling out to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
First down. Here's Burrow. And it's caught. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And Chubb will try the middle here.
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that,
I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say, those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And out of bounds right around the 20. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And they're always hoping on that type of a play that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the block.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns have moved out in front. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
They go play action with Burrow.
And he'll find Chase on the right side complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
It's Mixon on the counter. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. Play action. It's Burrow.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
John Johnson with the INT.
And the Browns are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And a tackle there by Jermaine Pratt.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
81 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Handoff comes to Chubb. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw, Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Burrow. And this one too low.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 3rd down, Burrow. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow.
Got a man open. It's Chase. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here we go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
11.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
And you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Burrow, he'll find his tight end here, Asiasi.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon.
And some room to roam now. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. You cannot write these guys off just yet. Not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
Looking deep downfield. And incomplete on a deep ball.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Burrow on play action. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bengals triumph, but it doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
York able to send this one through. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Here we go.
Again, it's Burrow. He's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. Burrow will throw. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon,
already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals get a bit closer.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And they will take a knee here.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Browns, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown. I hope y'all can nest double E, cause I need your eyes on me. Cause once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Came to make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully. Put in the work, you can see my fingernails dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like I'm fasting, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help, no one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, however you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a award, wait until I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on fours, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war. If they wanna give them more, when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Fourth down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just wanna see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it make sense. We gon' manifest whatever we came to get. That's a little money and a trophy and nothing they gon' respect. We don't care who the best, we don't worry who is next. We gon' put the boys to rest like a 10 feet of bed. I'm ahead of the rest like I came without a net. They gon' say it under breath, I'ma say it with my chest. I got it wrapped like a toga, put the whole team on my shoulders. Hold up, wake these boys up, call me soldier, soldier. Flow feeling colder, some call it polar. You don't wanna box me, I'm feeling cocky. Hands stocky, leave him floppy, face Nazi. Talking all Aki, think he big poppy, then I'll chop him down like karate. I see none of you here can stop me. It's obvious, you too sloppy, cheap copy. I'm Rocky, leave his eyes all glossy, but in the end zone is where you can spot when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them when
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Packers and the Chargers coming up next.
the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion LA Chargers taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Again, it's Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. On the counter, here's Jones. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. On the move past the 40. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there, and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field, because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Here's Jones again on second down. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll get this down to the 10. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
On second and 11 now. Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, an 11-yard touchdown.
first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First down, Howell. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Barr. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. Second down, another shot for Jones. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll go with the keeper. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. They'll try and sneak it here. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Packers continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. First drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
To throw again on second down. Powell. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's Jones again on second down. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They'll go again to Jones. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
Jones will take this one in for a Packer touchdown. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46. Two minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
They'll go play action. Howell. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
It appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver, got forced out to his right, had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back, unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Going for it on fourth. Here's Howell. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. It's a gain of 12 on fourth. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. Devontae Wyatt there for the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd down, Howell now. Caught by Allen. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Howell throwing on 1st down here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. It moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Another throw for Howell. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Howell, 3rd and goal. This is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Austin Eckler from 10 yards out. And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. Hopkins with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick six here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
The Charger drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And to the right side here, it's Allen. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
First down, how to throw.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Anthony Barr. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
And that's where this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Quite a decision there on 4th down. They didn't just want the first. They wanted 6 points. And following the interception, they're going to come away with neither.
And that's too bad, partner, because they really went for it on that one, right? Because I think in their mind, sometimes the illogical play is a logical play. But in this case, they were wrong.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Devontae Wyatt able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Howell got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. He's got room past the 30. Now he's free to midfield. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. Second and 6 from the 10. Howell looking to throw again. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. Fourth down, Howell. Caught on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Chargers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try. Howell throwing for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a first and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Room here to run. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 123 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here you really like it.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Now Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. And inside give to Jones. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
It's a quarterback sneak. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. The Charger drive about to get going. And we're at the time of the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison and the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all. And my goodness, another interception. And the Packers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 146 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, We're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, here's Jones. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. And sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.